Hi all. So in the last video we had seen about the levels of management, and in this video let us see about the management functions and roles. So coming to the management functions, management as a process, it will be having a various functions. So it is performed in order to achieve organizational objectives, and mainly, as we all know, these management functions have been undertaken by managers and function group of similar activities, like they will have like 5 to 8 functions, like they have defined that into like a word post corp, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting and the budgeting. So these are all the functions under which the management will take place. So what are all the management functions? Like, as we all seen, who has derived those functions? Like Henry Fayol have given the management function for planning, organizing, commanding or coordinating and controlling. Luther Glick has given like POSCOB, as we seen in last slide. Lyndall Erwick, planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, communicating, forecasting, investigating. Ralph Davis, like planning, organizing and controlling. So coming to the first function, planning. So what we all may wonder, what is planning? So conscious determination of the future course of work, that is like the future plans that we are planning and keeping. Why an action, what action, how to take action and when to take action. So these are all the necessary things that we keep in mind while planning any function. Determination of specific objective, projects and programs, setting few new policies and strategies, rules and procedures, and preparing the budgets. Like, and a long term a period, like usually 5 years or more. Intermediate term is usually 2 to 5 years. Short term period is usually 1 year. Next comes the function organizing. So we all may wonder, what is organizing? Organizing is nothing but we are dividing the work into convenient tasks and the duties. Group of such duties in the form of positions, and also grouping of various positions into departments or their sections, and assigning these duties to individual positions and delegating the authority to each position so that each work can be carried out as planned. And we also at the end we have to ensure whether all the activities will be performed and as planned and the objectives are achieved. The third step is the staffing. Staffing is nothing but it is like preparing the inventory of personnel available and identifying the gap between manpower and available, that is required and available. So staffing identifying the sources from where people will be selected, like selecting people, training and developing them, fixing financial compensation, appraising them periodically. So like in such ways the functions of staffing will take place in a smooth manner. Next process is the directing. Like, what is directing? Directing includes like communicating, motivating and the leading. So people in the organization must know what they are expected to do in the particular organization. Like the superior managers fulfill this requirement by communicating to the subordinates about their expected behavior, and these superiors will guide and lead the team for better work performance and motivating them to work with zeal and enthusiasm. And next is controlling. So controlling is nothing but like identifying the actual results, comparing the actual with the expected as set by the planned process, and we have to identify where there is a deviation between the two and if any, and taking much corrective measures so that the actual result match the expected one, and it will overall brings light to the bottlenecks in the work performance. What is the nature of management function? We have seen with the above said functions, the nature of the management functions are universal. They have iterative quality, could not always perform functions strictly in a sequence, and no function is more important. And management roles, like Mintzberg gave the role of management theory The role is nothing but as a pattern of behavior which is defined for different positions. It also refers to the expected behavior of the occupant of a position, not all their behaviors, but to what he does as occupant of that position. That is like as a role of manager, what is the expected output he gives in the position of the manager. So that Mintzberg definition derives. So there are three broad categories of the management roles: interpersonal role, informational roles, and the decisional roles. What do you mean by interpersonal role? So interpersonal role is concerned with his interacting with the other persons, both the organization members and as well as the outsiders. So figurehead role. So under interpersonal role, like they are categorizing into figurehead, leader role, and the liaison role. So what do you mean by figurehead role? Ceremonial and symbolic nature. That is, like figurehead means greeting the visitor, attending social functions involving the employees, handing out merit certificates and other awards to the outside employees. Next is the leader role. Role is nothing but leading his subordinates and motivating them for willing contributions. And then liaison role, liaison connecting the link between its organization and the outsiders, or between his unit and the other organization units. So these all comes under the interpersonal role. Informational role. Informational role, as we know from the title information, it obviously includes communication, giving and receiving information both within and outside the organization. So under this, monitoring, disseminator, and spokesperson. So what is monitoring role? It will constantly collect the information about those factors which affect its activities. So such factors may be within the organization or as well as from the outside. Disseminator will distribute the information to his subordinates who may otherwise not be in a position to collect it. Spokesperson represents its organization or unit while interacting with outsiders. They may be customers, financiers, governments, suppliers, or other agencies of the society. Next is the decisional role. Decisional role, as we know, like from the word, choosing the most appropriate alternative out of the available ones, so that the organization will achieve its objective when the chosen alternatives is put into action. So under this decision role, entrepreneur and a disturbance handler. Entrepreneur is the manager, assumes certain risk variety of external factors, that is good dynamic change constantly and bring suitable changes. Disturbance handlers strike by employees, like a shortage of raw materials or employee complaints and the grievances. And also comes resource allocator under decisional role. The manager allocates resource, human, physical, and financial various organization and the units according to their needs. A negotiator is the manager negotiates with various interest groups in the organization. Such interest groups are nothing but the stakeholders, the employees, and the outside agencies. So this is nothing but the formal authority and the status plus the personal skills and characteristics. The both combined gives the interpersonal roles, informational and the decision roles. So thank you.